Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Babe Ruth Complex, more efficiently the Grace Vagato softball field, home of all the Babe Ruth programs, home to three of the high school teams that play here. And today it's a brand new season. It's tournament time. It says win and move on, lose and go home. Link Classical entertaining Lexington. Lexington from the Middlesex League. They're the number 18 seed. Classical's the number 15 seed. And they're both 12-8. And you wonder how that happens? Coin tosses. I guess I was talking to the coach of Lexington. There were 3 or 4 teams tied. And they broke it down with coin tosses. So Lexington is on the road. Classical gets a home game. Jenny Lewitsky, the second baseman, will lead it off for Lexington against Troy Adams on the mound for the Rams. So Classical, almost everybody thought we wouldn't get any home games. Thought everybody would be on the road. Baseball and softball. And both Classical teams, baseball and softball at home. It's amazing what Classical boys, 11-9, getting a home game. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. I looked up and the scoreboard is working. Hit foul off the leg of Lewitsky in the batter's box. The count stays 1-2. Chased the pitch, it was down the dirt, and they throw her out. Levitt will throw her out at first base. So she changed up, the pitch was down. Lewitsky chased it. And Adams has the first strikeout. Levitt, the catcher, threw it to Wilkins at first for the putout. This is Caroline Palsy. Palsy, I'll say it both ways. Hope I get it right once. The catcher. Down and in for a ball. In for a strike. The 2-1 pitch up and coming. And that one just a little bit inside. It was behind the hitter and went to the backstop. Adams lost control of that pitch. Palis had to go across, stepping to the left-hand batter's box. Palis, again, I hope I'm getting that correct, draws a walk. First base runner. Maggie Murphy, I can handle that. The shortstop is the hitter. Taken for a strike, they throw it down. Out at second base. Nice throw by Levitt. Nice tag by Walker. And that's considering that Levitt bobbled it a little bit. Waved at the pitch that was down. Chased it. Yeah, he was getting a little bit of help in this first inning. Lexington 12-8 in a very good league, the Middlesex League. Way wide for a ball. Again, the pitch way down in the dirt. She swung at it. Second strikeout, second time they're thrown out at first. So Adams gives up a walk, but still has a 1-2-3 inning as they throw the runner out at second base trying to steal. Gets a couple of strikeouts. And Classical will have a chance to get on the board first here in the bottom of the first. Grace Orcutt is on the mound. I saw her warming up. She can bring it. She'll face Jonna Calder, the center fielder, leading off. The shortstop, Becca Walker, hits second. Second baseman, Kayla Morrow, hits number 3. In the cleanup spot is the catcher, Meg Levitt. Chera Collins, the right fielder, hits number 5. Pitching and batting 6, Tori Adams. Amanda Wilkins will play first and bat 7th. Batting 8th is the third baseman, Maddie Dana. And the designated player, Kiara Edmonds, hitting for the left fielder, Mackenzie Shea, will hit in the number 9 spot. I've been saying Sierra Collins all year long, and they told me it's Shera. And I hope I say that correctly that time. So Jonna Calder will lead it off. Kind of a funny day. There's dark clouds, there's light skies behind it. It's overcast, there's quite a breeze blowing. Pop foul out of play. Swing and a miss. So by luck of heads or tails, Glasgow's playing at home. And there's no heads or tails after this. Everything will be on the road. Obviously for Lexington, they're on the road now, but Glasgow will be on the road as well. Popped up into short right field. Long run going back to second baseman. Long run for the right fielder coming in. Second baseman Lewitzki drifts back, makes the call and makes the catch. One up, one down for Becca Walker, the shortstop. Pops it up in the center field. Shortstop out there almost ran into the center fielder. Finally gave way to Jill Dimmock. Dimmock. Two up, two down. Kayla Morrow, the second baseman, is the hitter. Hit back to the mound. Ooh, mustard on the throw over to first base by Orcutt as well. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Grace Orcutt and Lexington. So at the end of 1, we're right back where we started. Dead even. Glasgow nothing, Lexington nothing at the end of 1. Grace Orcutt, the pitcher, takes the first pitch for a ball leading off the second inning. Hits it on the ground to short. Wobbled by Walker, but she stays with it and throws her out. Jana Lee, the first baseman, will be the hitter. In for a strike.
The other girl that you would think of Kiara Collins. Yeah.
Did you just get here?
I was here for the last out of the first.
You threw the girl out?
Yeah, second.
See it? Wobbled it. Still made it.
No kidding.
2 on the count to the Lexington first baseman. Down and away for a ball. Hit slowly to third. Nice play by third baseman Matty Dana. Made a great play. That was just a little number on the third base line. Got to it, made a good, strong throw, and threw Jana Lee out. Very nice defensive play. Jill Dimmock, the center fielder, is the hitter. In for a strike. That one bounced in front of home plate. Tori Yabs making a nice comeback. They played Austin Prep Classical, and she got hit in the helmet from Logan McDonald, who's one of the best pitchers in the state and can bring it. It broke the helmet. She had a concussion. She had to sit out. Took a while, but she fought it, came back. It's nice to see her making it all the way back. Deuces Wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in inning number 2. Swing and a miss. She gets another strikeout. Her third, a 1-2-3 inning. So she's given up a walk, but she's only faced 6 hitters in 2 innings. And again, Classical will have a chance to get on the board first. Meg Levitt, Kira Collins, Troy Adams. Will be the 3 hitters to face Grace Orcutt, who will start her second inning. This is Division II North opening round game. And I believe it's a preliminary game because they haven't got it down to 16. They're eliminating, like we mentioned, Lexington's the number 18 seed. Meg Levitt, the catcher, will lead it off. In for a strike. Hitting off the third baseman's glove. Billy. Hit or no? A hit or no? So Levitt is the first base runner for Glasgow. Kira Collins, the right fielder. Gets the bunt down, does her job, moves the runner over. Mary Collins is the runner at second base, running for the catcher. In for a strike. Tori Adams can help herself here with a base hit. They shortened up at third, expecting her to bunt or slap. She lines it to left field by the left fielder. Extra bases for Adams. Around second. Into third with a triple. She really helped herself. So Glasgow gets on the board first. She sliced it the other way, just inside the foul line. Left fielder went over, reached across her body, tried to make the catch, bounced, got by her, and easily into third is Adams. She slid in third, but she could have gone in standing up. Amanda Wilkins, the first baseman, is the hitter. Pushes the bunt, and everybody's going to be safe. Adams was coming from third. The third baseman didn't look. If she looked, she could have tagged Adams out. She just flipped it to the catcher. Adams hustled back to third. Wilkins will reach on the fielder's choice. So it's first and third for Maddie Dana, the third baseman. In for a strike. So Wilkins got the bunt down. It wasn't a suicide. Adams wanted to make sure the bunt got down. And she was on her way home, and the third baseman, who was charging, fielded it and just flipped it to the catcher. They throw it to the shortstop, and now they throw it away. They cut it off at shortstop, and Wilkins was still jogging into second, so they thought they might have a shot at her. Wilkins is going to go to third on the error. So she steals second, goes to third on the error. Adams scores on the error. Wilkins is at third for Maddie Dana. Low for a ball. They were letting the runner steal second. They threw the ball to the shortstop. And when the shortstop caught it, she thought she had a play, and she probably did on Wilkins slowing down, going into second. And she threw it into right field. So the runner at third scored. Wilkins wound up at third. And it's 2-2 to Maddie Dana. Nice stop by the catcher, Payless. Popped up, it's going to go out of play over the Lexington dugout. So we'll do it again at 3-2, the payoff pitch once again. Hit high and deep to center field, deep enough for a run. Maddie Dana gets it done. She hit her She hit it well. Unfortunately, hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark, but she winds up with a sacrifice fly. Glasgow jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Kiara Edmonds, the designated player hitting for the left fielder, Mackenzie Shea, is the hitter. That one bounced off the helmet, the mask of Caroline Palis. Low again, 2-0. Top of the order on deck. Three pitches out of the strike zone. Taking all the way as you would expect, it's in, and the count goes to 3-1. And she'll be fussy here, too. In for strike two. Now she can't be as fussy. That's ball four. So the walk extends the inning. Joanna Caldwell will be up for the second time. In for a strike. Hit foul out of play. Ooh, there's a car. I don't know why the car parks right behind the Lexington dugout. Hope they didn't get the windshield. Hit to right field, backing up and then coming back a couple of steps. The right fielder, Kate Williams, makes the play. So 7 hitters go to the plate for Glasgow. 3 of them score. And they break the tie. It's now Glasgow 3, Lexington nothing at the end of 2. 7, 8, and 9 for Lexington. Catherine Crook, the designated player, she's hitting for the right fielder, Kate Williams. And the sun keeps tempting us. It keeps popping out. Down and in, 2-0. So Tori Adams will start her third inning of work. In the first inning, she's pitching with a lead. And she helped herself get that lead. Popped up. Just couldn't get there. Nice try by Calder. Slid trying to make the catch. It just bounced just an inch or two in front of her glove. So the first hit for Lexington is a little Texas Leaguer by Catherine Crook. Levitt throws it down, trying to get Crook off the bag. Elizabeth stumped the left fielder. In for a strike. 1-1 the count. Squares the bunt, takes it wide for a ball. They throw it down again. Crook gets back standing up. Line to left field for a base hit. Back-to-back hits. Put 2 on with nobody out for Taylor Benson, the third baseman. And that brings Coach Richard out of the dugout. The first one was a little dump in the center field, just out of the reach, microscopically out of the reach of John Acaldo. Made a great sliding try. This one by Stump was a line shot. And you would assume and maybe expect a bunt here with the number 9 hitter. She hits away. Dana will make the play at third, surprisingly. She hit the ball hard, but Dana made the play. I guess I should leave the coaching up to the coaches. But the number 9 hitter, I would have thought, would have bunted, moved the runners over. Jenny Lewitzki struck out swinging and was thrown out at first base by Levitt, leading off the ball game. So a hard shot by Benson, but Dana made the play. She was in. She had a race to the bag to make the play because she was up looking for the bunt. As that off-speed pitch catches the inside corner, quickly it's 2 strikes. So Dana got that big sacrifice fly. Now she makes a nice defensive play. Thought about it, held up, and the pitch just missed. Classical fans out here thought it was a strike. Way wide for a ball. So the count evens at 2. That one, she just lost control of that one. Coming out of her hand, it just went rolling to the backstop. It never had a chance to go anywhere near the plate or the batter either. She almost threw it to the Classical bench area. So they didn't get the bunt to move the runners up, but they get the wild pitch that moves it up. So second and third now. The payoff pitch up and coming. And that's ball 4. Out at the plate, they try to score. Levitt hustled. Adams put the tag down. So now it's first and third with 2 outs. Caroline Palis, the catcher, drew a walk her first trip. Man, Dana made a great stop. It was foul. She wound up behind the third base bag with the backhanded stop. That was an outstanding defensive play, but it was foul. That one bounces in, and Lewitzki will take second base. That takes off the force at second on a ground ball. Line foul. She got all of that one and drilled it. I think the Lexington coach saw his life pass before in front of that one. Went right by him. 1-2 the count. Wide for ball 2. We got Deuces Wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the third. Lexington trying to crawl back in. Klasko got 3 in the bottom of the second. And that bounces. And we got a full count. She tried to change up with that one and didn't quite get it to home plate. Strike 3 call. Good pitch. Caught her looking. So what looked like an inning, 2 straight hits. Big time defensive play by Dana helped stop that, but then they got a walk besides. They still had second and third, but 2 hits and a walk, and they don't score. Adams picks up her 4th strikeout. And we'll move into the bottom half of the third inning with Klasko holding on to that 3-0 lead.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Payless, yeah. Yeah.
Becca Walker, Kayla Morrow, Meg Levitt. 2, 3, and 4 for Klasko as we start the bottom of the third inning. State tournament action. Winner will move on to play number 2, Acton Box Pro at Acton Box Pro. Not an easy task, but you'll be alive. Loser packs it up. Seniors will be off looking for jobs to help them get ready for college. Some of the underclassmen will be looking maybe to go to AAU, play some summer ball with a summer job. Walker flat out to center field in 1 trip. In for a strike. Orcutt's an imposing figure on the mound. In for a strike again. She can bring it. Hit in the air to right field. Katie Williams makes her second play in the ball game. And actually makes 2 in a row. She made the last play in the second inning. 1 up, 1 down in the third. Kayla Morrow. Bounce to the pitcher. Her 1 trip. Down and away for a ball. There's a pretty good little crowd here wrapped around the fence. Out in the outfield. In for a strike, catches the corner. Nice pitch by Orcutt. Way up in the air for a ball. Swing and a miss. Count evens at 2. Chase that one up and away for strike 3. 2 up, 2 down. Meg Levitt. She started the 3-run uprising. She had a hard shot off the third baseman's glove. And Mary Collins running for her came around the score on Adams' triple. And that started the 3-run uprising.
Come on now, Grace, doing better, kid. You got it.
Low for a ball. Low again. 3-0. On 4 pitches, Levitt draws the second walk. Both of them have come with 2 outs. Kira Collins sacrificed back in the second inning. She moved Mary Collins, who went in to run. She's running again for Levitt. She moved her over to second base. Hit in here to right field. Long run. It's a fair ball. Out at second. Nice play by the second baseman. Second baseman over and got that ball. Collins gets a base hit. Mary Collins went to third. And then Kira Collins tried to go to second. And a nice play by the second baseman, Lewitzki. Got it to the shortstop. And she was easily out at second. So a walk and a single after 2 outs, but the runner thrown out at second. We've completed 3 in the state tournament action. Classical on top of Lexington, 3-0. Maggie Murphy struck out swinging her first trip. She'll lead off the 4th inning for Lexington. Three, 4, and 5. Maggie Murphy, Grace Orcutt, Jana Lee to face Tori Adams. That one bounces to the backstop. In for a strike. And that one bounced again. She's having a little bit of trouble holding on to the softball. I haven't seen her throw those all year or all through her years. Here she is helping herself out. That's a base hit if she doesn't get it because it wasn't hit that hard. That's a very nice play by the pitcher. Going to her right, backhanding it through a good hard throw. And throws Murphy out. Grace Orcutt grounded out. Shot to first. So it's pitcher against pitcher. Down the way for a ball. Bounces that one in. It's 2-0. Hit foul past third base. I don't know the coach's last name. I just know it's Coach Mike. She bounced that one in for a ball. Hit the shot again. Becca Walker with another play. Second time she's thrown Orcott out. 2 up, 2 down. Jana Lee. A little slow roll to the third. Maddie Dana made a terrific defensive play and threw her out.
Good eye, Jana.
That one bounced again. Hit the second. Ooh, nice stretch by Wilkins. The throw's a little bit high into the home plate side, but she kept her foot on the bag. So 1-2-3 inning for Adams and Glasgow. We're halfway through the ball game with Glasgow with that 3-run second inning, the difference. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for Glasgow to face Grace Orcutt. Hassel got those 3 in the second. They only had 2 base hits, but they had a fielder's choice that reached. And then they had the error that scored a runner from third and moved the runner over to third, and that runner scored on a sacrifice fly. So 2 of the 3 runs are unearned. But Coach Richard and the Rams will take them. Tori Adams certainly helped herself. She's 2/3 of the offense. She tripled, knocking in the first run, scored the second run on a throwaway, an error. Up for the second time against Grace Orcutt. Squeers like she's going to bunt, takes it down the way for a ball. And now Lexington is leaving right field open. She went the other way last time, so I don't think she's going to pull the ball. They bring the right fielder in to play second base. Down the way for a ball.
Come on now, Grace, you got it, kid.
They've got the second baseman just about playing shortstop. So they have 5 infielders. High for a ball. 3-0. So they leave from second base over to the right field foul line, wide open in right field. If she ever pulled the ball, she could run forever.
Hey, Grace,
In for a strike. Adams will still be fussy here. In for a strike. Orcutt trying to come all the way back. She was down 3-0. Now the payoff pitch, 3-2, up and coming. And that's ball 4. So this time the walk leads the inning. The last 2 walks came with 2 outs and didn't hurt. This one leads the inning. And Amanda Wilkins, who bunted with Adams at third, got the bunt down, That goes to the backstop. Adams will wind up at second base. The bunt, third baseman fielded it and just flipped it to the catcher. Adams saw that and retreated to third, and Wilkins reached on the fielder's choice. And she wound up scoring one of the 3 runs. They get the bunt down. Wilkins does her job.
Nice play, ladies. Gotta be alert.
So Adams is at third base again. And again with 1 out. Maddie Dana hit a sacrifice flag to deep center field. So she hasn't batted officially yet, but she's got an RBI. On the inside corner, good changeup. Orcutt in on the hands. Caught the inside corner. That one bounced. Nice stop. Payless, the catcher, made the nice stop. In for a strike. 2-2 the count. Glasgow trying to add to their lead. They got a runner at third with 1 out. Up and away for a ball, and the count goes full. Maddie Dana is the daughter of St. Mary's head baseball coach, Derek Dana. Lined in the left center field for a base hit. Dana comes through again. Ran the count full and drilled it for a base hit. Gets her second RBI. Adams scores her second run. Glasgow has increased that lead to 4-0. And we might be going to get a runner. Maggie McHale is going to run at first base. Kiara Edmonds drew a walk her first time. Discussions are over.
Great pitch, great.
Pitch in for a strike.
Just like that, Katie.
So this time the walk hurt. The leadoff walk to Adams. The wild pitch, the sacrifice moves to the third. Dana brings her in with solid base hit. Quickly 2 strikes. High for a ball, try to change up.
Hey, good ways, kid. You're good.
Swing and a miss.
That's how to beat kid, ladies. You got 2. Just one more.
Second strikeout for Orcutt. Jonah Calders popped to second and fly to right. Hit in the left field for a base hit. That extends the inning. MIAA winds up at second base. Becca Walker has flied to center and flied to right. In for a strike. Up and away for a ball. Hit to right field. Okay, Williams makes her third play. Going over to the line, picking it off. Walker's gone to her twice. So the fourth inning is in the books, but Classical adds to it. Oh, Adams helped herself again. This time she scored the run. Dana got her second RBI with a solid base hit. And Classical now leads Lexington 4-0 at the end of 4. First pitch is down and away for a ball to Jill Dummock, the center fielder. The bunt goes off the foot of the batter, still in the batter's box. Dimmick, the center fielder, struck out swinging her first trip. Misses up and in. Hit foul off the screen that protects the Classical dugout. Down and away for a ball. Count goes full. Strike 3 call. Good pitch by Adams on the corner. Fifth strikeout for Tori Adams. Catherine Crook got the first hit of the game for Lexington. She dumped one in between the shortstop and the center fielder. She waves at that pitch. Calder just missed making a really nice shoestring catch. Nice stop by Levitt. Pulls it foul past third base. Count goes 1-2. Hit in the right center field. She's got another base hit. Her second. Elizabeth Stump ripped one in the left field for a base hit. They started what looked to be an inning in the third, getting back-to-back hits to start the inning. Lexington wound up leaving runners at first, second and third. Nice stop by Levitt. She just got back. She was way off the bag, but the throw was a little bit high, and they couldn't put the glove down in front of the bag. Up and away for a ball. Down again. 3-1 the count.
Hey, your count, kid, you got it.
Throw it down again. Count goes full, 3-2. Let's see if they do anything with the runner. Up and away. So Crook and Stump get it going again. They're both on for the second time. Taylor Benson hit it very hard, but hit it right at Maddie Dana. She made a nice play. She was in close, looking possibly for a bunt, and she won the foot race back to third, getting a force at third for a very nice defensive play, but Benson hit the ball hard the first time. So if she didn't bunt then, you don't expect her to bunt now with one out in first and second. Wide for a ball. In for a strike, 1-1. Benson is the third baseman for Lexington. In the dirt, the wild pitch is going to move the runners up. So that takes away a potential double play or a force at any base. We're going to have a base runner. And I know they had a lot. They had like 6 subs on the bench, but he only put 3 subs on the scorecard he gave me. And this base runner was not one of them. So I do not know who this base runner is. Wide for a ball. Two on the count. And the board was wrong because that's ball 4. So back-to-back walks. So after a strikeout to start the inning, we got a hit and 2 walks have loaded the bases. And that brings Coach Richard out of the dugout. We're in the top of the 5th with Classical leading at 4-0, but Lexington trying to get back in it. Discussion going on both sides. Lexington coach talking to hitter and base runners. Coach Richard talking to infielders, pitcher, catcher. Top of the order, Jenny Lewitsky has struck out and walked. Just got a piece and fouled it off.
Hey, that's like to swing that kid. You got it, Jenny.
Safe at the plate. Wilkins got to it very quickly, flipped it to the catcher, and umpire saying the catcher was drawn off the plate. So the fielder's choice against Lewinsky and RBI. And the bases are still loaded. Rich is coming back out to talk to the troops. Troy Adams is coming out of the ball game. Brooke Warren is going to be the new pitcher. Adams is going to go to left field. And Warren will be the new pitcher. So Adams goes 4 1/3, gives up a run. It's earned. 3 base hits. Walk 4. And she's responsible for the base runners on base, which are the tying runs. And Brooke Warren will come on and try to stop the bleeding here. It started out instantly enough with a strikeout. Crook got her second base hit, but then back-to-back walks. And a sacrifice bunt turned into a fielder's choice. Everybody reached. The run scored. It's now 4-1. And Carolyn Palis, the catcher, is the hitter. Takes the pitch for a strike. She's walked and been called on strikes. Up and away for a ball. Throw down to third. Getting back is Stump. Nice pitch for a strike. Tough spot for the young lady from Glasgow. In her first year in the varsity. Her father, former outstanding coach. Out at third base. They picked her off. Levitt picked her off. Fans were moaning about the fact that that wasn't a strike. They almost missed a play at third. Nice throw by Levitt. Nice tag by Dana. Took a long look at that one. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pop straight up in the air. Becca Walker calls everybody off, makes the play. So Warren comes in and does the job with help from Levitt and Dana. So it looked, again, like a big inning. Bases loaded. A run in, 1 out. They picked the runner off at third and get a pop-up. So Adams finishes up without those runs scoring. She gives up the 1 run that's earned. 3 base hits, walked 4, struck out 5. And she's in line for the win if they hold on to this. And it looks like Lexington's going to make a couple of switches too. Looks like Catherine Cook is going to be the new pitcher. And again, they got a couple of numbers that they didn't give me. 22 is the new second baseman. So the designated player, Catherine Crook, is the new pitcher. So Orcott goes 4. Gives up 4 runs. 2 of them were earned. 5 hits, walked 3. Only 1 of them hurt. Struck out 2. And I said Adams walked 4. One of those walks was thrown out, stealing second base. So now the second baseman, Lewitsky, has gone to play right field. And I don't know who number 22 is, but I'm assuming she's being hit for. And Orcott, the pitcher, is the new catcher. So I don't know what happens to Caroline Palis. Popped up. Long run. Foul ball. Kayla Morrow has bounced to the pitcher and struck out swinging. And she's facing Crook for the first time. Chased that high pitch that was over her head. And Crook throws her out. Meg Levitt's been on twice. She singled and walked. And after she singled, Mary Collins, running for her, scored the first run of the ball game. Hit into right field. It'll be a base hit. Waiting to see if they're maybe going to throw her out. So Levitt's on for the 3rd time. And I'm assuming Mary Collins is going to run for her again. Kara Collins has sacrificed and singled. And her single, she tried to stretch it with a double and got thrown out at second base. Swing and a miss. Jenny Lewitsky made a very nice play. The second baseman went way over to the right field line, picked up the ball that dropped in behind first base, and turned and threw a perfect strike to second to throw the runner out. And that was with the runner going to third. High for a ball. Hit past first base, foul. Little inside out swing, trying to go the other way, and it just kicked past first base, foul. Swing and a miss. Crook gets her first strikeout. 2 away in the fifth. Joey Ames is perfect. She was the starting pitcher. She's now the left fielder. Tripled in a run and scored, walked and scored. So she's been involved in 3 of the 4 runs. She gets the bunt down, and they throw it away. They airmailed it over the first baseman's head. An easy play. And he threw it high and over the head of the first baseman, Amanda Wilkins. Bunted, got credit for a sacrifice, and reached to the fielder's choice and scored. Last time up, she sacrificed. Swing and a miss. She actually sacrificed twice, reached once, scored a run. Has been up officially. Up and away, they don't throw it down. So second and third takes away the force at second on the infield ground ball. Wilkins with a chance for a couple of RBI. In for a strike. One, two, the count. Way up and away. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. So Classical threatens 2 big strikeouts for Crook. Leaves runners at second and third. We completed 5 in this tournament action. Classical leading Lexington 4-1. We've reached the 6th inning. Maggie Murphy, the shortstop, has struck out and grounded the pitcher. She'll face Brooke Warren for the first time. Pitch is in for a strike. Low for a ball. Hit foul off the backstop. Brooke Warren throwing a lot of change-ups to Murphy. Reach for it. Off the second baseman's glove. Murphy will get a base hit. Morrill had to go way to her left to reach that one. It would have been tough for her to knock it down and make the play. So the leadoff hitter is on for Lexington. Grace Orcott, who's now the catcher, is the hitter. Safe at second base. You wonder why they're down 3 stealing second base? Probably because they thought they could. It's good when it works. If she was thrown out, Lexington fans would be saying, why are we running down 3? High for a ball. Board says 2 strikes. Obviously, that's not correct. They'll throw her out at first for the strikeout. The runner will go to third. So a runner at third with 1 out. Jana Lee is grounded to third and grounded to second. Nice job by Maddie Danner. A throw that was in the dirt back to third base. I'm not sure what the Lexington coach was. We have to talk to the base umpire for something. I don't know if he's saying that Dana's blocking the bag coming back.
Hey, good eye.
Down the way for a ball.
Hey, your count, kid, your count.
Swing and a miss.
Hey, that's on the swing at, kid, you're good.
Hit foul out of play off to the right side.
Hey, you're all over it,
2-2 the count to the Lexington first baseman. Slices it foul again. Right. I believe it's a woman sitting down. It landed right in her lap. She's sitting in a chair, and it landed right in her midsection.
Hey, come on now, Jana.
1 out, 1 on. 4-1 Classical here in the top of the 6th. Little touch. In for a base hit. It skips away, and they're going to wind up at second base. Lee winds up with a double. Lexington gets a little closer. They have the tying run at home plate. Jan Lee just reached out and touched it and dropped it in front of the right fielder. And had a little bit of spin on it. It ricocheted away from Collins. The hitter winds up at second base. Lexington trying to mount a comeback. And we're going to get a runner at second for Lee. And I don't know this number either. In for a strike. Jill Dimmick, the center fielder, struck out swinging and was called on strikes both times against Tori Adams. What a play by Megan Levitt. They popped the bunt out. Megan Levitt made a tremendous play. Going towards the Classical dugout, all out dives, reached out and made the play. Outstanding. Catherine Cook has got 2 base hits and she scored, up until this inning, the only run that Lexington has. They added one here. She's 2 for 2 with a run scored. Nice stop by Levitt. That's a great play by Levitt. Just an all-out dive going towards the Classical dugout. Stuck the glove out and made the catch. And held on it when she hit the ground. Hit high in the air to left field. Adams drifts back, makes the play. They get Crook for the first time. So Lexington gets a little closer. They're down to their last 3 outs. As Classical will move into the bottom half of the 6th, it's now 4-2. But they leave a runner in scoring position. As Warren gets the fly out. They got the run on 2 base hits. The stolen base and, of course, the strikeout that had to be thrown out allowed the runner to go to third. Crook will start her second inning of work. Lexington had about 8, counting the extra player, not counting the extra player, 7 subs on the bench, but he only listed 3 on the scorecard he gave me. So the pinch runners he's put in, I don't know who they are. And the second baseman he's put in now, I don't know who she is either. Maddie Dana had a very nice afternoon. She made a couple of real nice plays at third base. Hit a sacrifice fly for an RBI. Single for an RBI. She's knocked in 2 of the 4. She's 1 for 1 with 2 RBI. Hit to third.
Hey, great play. Let him be good.
And the catcher, Palis, went to play third base, I just realized, when I saw the number. They get Dana for the first time, officially. Kiara Edmonds has walked and struck out. Swing and a miss. Late swing. That one was almost by her when she swung at that one. Hit it well foul down the right side. Gets her for strike 3. Two up, 2 down in the 6th. Turner called us, popped the second, fly to right and singled. Swing and a miss. Pop foul out of play. Oh, 2 the count. Hit in the center field for a base hit. Calder's got her second hit. Both of them coming with 2 outs. Becca Walker. fly to center and then fly to right the last 2 times. Made, as usual, a handful of plays at shortstop. In for a strike. Hit in here to right field. Long run for the right fielder. Not going to get there. It bounces away. They're saying the runner home, and she's going to score. Walker winds up with a double. Calder scores all the way from first. So they get back the run that Lexington got in the top of the 6th. They got their 3-run cushion back with a runner at second and 2 out. Just a high pop-up, long run for Lewitsky, who was the second baseman earlier, now the right fielder. Long run, trying to make the sliding catch. It bounced away from her. Walker winds up at second. Calder hustling goes all the way around and scores. Swing and a miss. Morrow has grounded to the pitcher twice. Sandwiched in between, she struck out swinging. She's facing Crook for the first time. So Crook gives up her first hits and her first RBI. Jana Lee, the first baseman, makes that play unassisted. But a little 2-out lightning by Klasko as they get a single and a double. Good hustle by Calder to score from first. And it's now 5-2 Klasko as we move into the 7th inning. 8-9-1 for Lexington. They need 3 to stay alive. Klasko needs 3 outs to pick up the tournament win and move on to take on Acton Boxborough. Stumper singled and walked in 2 trips. Popped up. Matty Dana's going to run out of real estate as it goes over the fence and out of play. The bunt is foul. So quickly 2 strikes. Nice play by Walker. Had to go to a few steps to her left. Boy, she's a human vacuum cleaner. They get stumped for the first time. 1 up, 1 down in the 7th. Taylor Benson reached to the fielder's choice and walked.
Hey, nice hold.
Started to pull the trigger and held up on a pitch that was high. In for a strike. 1-1. Hit foul off to the right side. One, two, the count to Lexington. I was going to say third baseman, but she's not the third baseman because the catcher went to play third. Popped up. Nice catch. Becca Walker right around the shoe tops. Picks it off. Two nice plays by Walker in the seventh inning. And Lexington's now their last out. Top of the order, Jenny Lewinsky. Struck out, thrown out by the catcher. Walked, bunted for a sacrifice. Wound up a fielder's choice. She wound up at first base. She got an RBI. So she's 0 for 1. She got credit for a sacrifice, knocking in the run. She wound up reaching when the throw home was wide. In for a strike. That one bounced in. Two balls and one strike. She was the second baseman. She's now the right fielder. That one bounced in as well. 3-1 the count. Swing and a miss. Payoff pitch coming up. Glasgow fans starting to get excited. High for ball 4. That extends the inning. This is a very big hitter for Brooke Warren and Glasgow. You don't want this hitter to get on base because it would bring the tying run to home plate. Popped up. Morrow makes the play, and that's going to do it. Brooke Warren comes in and does a nice job.
W. Hoffman. Did you get that, Johnny?
Warren comes in, gives up a run. 2 base hits. Walk 1, struck out 1. Did a nice job coming in relief. And Glasgow will pick up their 13th win. Lexington will finish their season at 13-8. Congratulations. I only know him as Coach Mike. Congratulations to Coach Mike and his group of great young kids. Hope they have a safe trip back home. And they had a very good year in a tough league. They were 12-8. Glasgow got all they really needed in the second inning. Levitt got a base hit, sacrificed to second. Tori Adams tripled her in. Wilkins laid down a bunt, and the third baseman fielded it and flipped it to the catcher, and Adams scooted back to third. Wilkins wound up reaching first base, and then when Wilkins stole second, they threw it to the shortstop, thinking they might catch the runner off at third. When Wilkins kind of slowed down going to second, shortstop thought she had a play, threw it in the right field. Adams scored the run. Wilkins wound up at third. She scored on Maddie Dana's sacrifice fly to center field. And those 3 runs turned out to be, and the sacrifice fly, turned out to be the winning run as they win it by a score of 5-2. They had another run in the 4th. It was Adams again. Adams walked, went to second a wild pitch, sacrificed by Wilkins over to third. Maddie Dana again came through with a big base hit. It was 4-0. Lexington threatened in the third. They got 2 base hits. A fielder's choice for the first out. And then one of the runners tried to score when the ball went to the screen. Great hustle by Levitt, who had a very nice game defensively and offensively. Hustled, threw it to Adams. They picked the runner off, coming to the plate. And a strikeout got them out of the inning. Lexington made it 4-1 in the 5th after an out, a hit, a walk, a wild pitch, a bunt that was beaten to the plate. It was a fielder's choice when the ball was thrown wide to the plate. But then a big play by Levitt again. She picked the runner off at third, and then a pop-up got them out of the inning. And that was Brooke Warren getting the pop-up, coming in relief of Adams. They had another run in the sixth to make it 4-2. Murphy got a base hit, stole second, went to third when Orcutt struck out and had to be thrown out, and then Lee got a double, making it 4-2. But then Glasgow got their 3-run cushion back with 2 outs. Dorner called a single, and Walker dumped a base hit into short right field. It wound up a double. Calder scored all the way from first. It was 5-2. They got a base runner with a walk in the 7th, but then Brooke Warren got the big pop-up to get out of the inning, and Glasgow wins their 13th game, and they will now move on to play Acton-Boxborough in the state tournament. So they get a win. Congratulations to Coach Richard. For Lexington, Lewitzki was on 3 times, got an RBI. Murphy had a base hit, scored a run. Jana Lee had a double. Catherine Crook had 2 base hits, scored a run. Elizabeth Stump had a base hit and a walk, was on base twice. And Benson reached on a fielder's choice and walked. On the other side, Calder had 2 base hits and scored a run. Becca Walker had a double, knocking in a run. Meg Levitt was perfect. 2 hits, a walk, and Mary Collins running for her scored a run. Tori Adams had a triple, a walk, reached on an error, scored 2 and knocked in a run. Amanda Wilkins had 2 sacrifices, reached on 1, a fielder's choice, and scored a run, and that turned out to be the winning run. Maddie Dana had a big day at third base defensively. She also had a sacrifice fly, an RBI single. She knocked in 2, and it was a good team effort by Classical as they knock off a good Lexington team from a strong Middlesex league. They do it by a score of 5-2, getting a 3-run cushion in the second inning and holding Lexington at bay. Tori Adams and Brooke Warren combining to shut Lexington down, and they do the job, and Glasgow wins their 13th game. They'll go to 13-8. Lexington will drop to 12-9. Lexington season is over. Glasgow will move on to play Acton-Boxborough in the next round. So congratulations to Coach Richard and the Glasgow Rams. Their last game at home was a win. I'm sure that bodes very well for them and their fans. So we hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.